Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Gavin here from Fresh Personal Training, and today's video is going to be about arthritis. Okay, really important for people as they sort of get older, and really important how to manage it. Okay, and what people tend to do is try and avoid doing things because it hurts, and that's really the wrong sort of way to approach arthritis. Okay, so there's basically more than about 100 different types of arthritis. Okay, and it's not a hugely understood sort of topic. I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you the sort of main ones that crop up quite regularly, but I'm going to mainly talk about the degenerative one, which is usually affects people over the age of about 50. Okay, so degenerative arthritis, okay, is osteoarthritis. It's usually the most common. It's basically where the cartilage and which is the slick sort of cushion between the joint tends to wear away to the point where the bones rub on bone. This causes a lot of pain, and you know, end of the day, it sort of, you know, causes lots of people can't sleep, and the rubbing of the bone is never really a good thing. Okay, and there's quite a few risk factors around that. And they include, obviously, excess weight is a big one. If you got you know, arthritis in your knees and ankles and feet, if you carry an extra weight, it's putting an extra burden on the bones, and that causes a lot of problems as well. Family history is a big one. Like for me, there's a lot of arthritis in my family, and occasionally I get sore fingers and I get sore knees and elbows and stuff, and it's probably a kickback from some of my genetics, which I can't really do. And also injuries. If you have really bad injuries to the joint, or like for me with my knees, they've taken the cartilage out, it's inevitable that the bone is going to be rub on bone. Okay, and that's never really a good thing. So the next one you got is inflammatory type arthritis. Okay, and this is when the sort of immune system starts to go a little bit haywire, and it starts mistakenly attacking the joints. Okay. And what that does, it causes uncontrolled sort of inflammation in there, it causes lots of pain. And you know, it's really debilitating, and essentially that can cause some joint erosion as well, which I guess it could probably feed back into the degenerative one and cause all those other problems. And an example of this would be like a rheumatoid arthritis, which is again fairly common. The next one's an infectious type one, and that's where you get some sort of fungus or viral infection, and they start attacking the joints and they trigger inflammation. And one of these sort of examples of that could be like salmonella. That will attack the joints as well, causing a lot of pain. And the last one's a metabolic arthritis. Okay, and this is a formation of uric acid in the body. And what happens is they cause it crystallizes within the joint, and it's sort of attributed to gout and things like that. And that can cause an awful lot of pain, as you can imagine. Crystals within the joints are going to cause lots of pain and friction, and be pretty painful. So I'm going to talk about degenerative arthritis because that's the one you could probably most impact with exercise, and a healthy lifestyle. So, okay, so we're back. So, how are you going to manage it? How are you going to be from a grumpy, painful person with arthritis to a happy, energy-filled, fit person with arthritis? And you guessed it, it's going to be exercise and a healthy weight. Yeah, I know, but you're going to say, you know, it hurts to exercise and everything else, and I know that and I get that. And you know, when I'm saying exercise, you need to be moving around, you need to be using the joint as much as you can. Okay, you know, people say that, or people seem to think that if they do too much, they're going to cause more pain, and that actually isn't the case. If you've got shoulder arthritis, for argument's sake, this joint is a very mobile joint. Okay. And if you tend to not move it in these directions, it becomes stuck in this range of movement. Therefore, anything you do outside of that is going to be painful. If you can work the shoulder in all ranges of movement, okay, it's going to be a lot better for you. It's going to be stronger, and it's going to be a lot healthier for you. Okay, and maintaining a healthy weight. If you're someone that's really heavy and really overweight, you need to manage this. You need to start eating better. And again, with eating better, it's going to help with the joint. If you're eating the right foods, it's going to give you the vitamins and minerals you need, in terms of things like calcium and everything else. Okay, and to help build the joint up. Even extra protein in the diet is going to help support the new muscle that you're hoping to create through exercise. Okay, so exercise and a healthy weight. and really, really important. Yeah, and like I said, you know, just try and bring a bit with exercise. Okay, it's really hard to start. And when you get these exercises from the physio, they're pretty boring exercises as well, and you know, I give you that, but they're really, really important to do. And if you do them and you keep on, you know, netting through it and getting it done, even when it's a little bit painful, a little bit uncomfortable, you're going to find yourself in a position where you're a lot healthier and it's a lot better. And it's really, really hard to see that when you're in lots of pain. Like I said, when I hurt my shoulder, it's not arthritis, I hope, yet. I had a bursitis, and I tell you, I couldn't move, I couldn't lift anything, but I kept on plugging away, and it took me 18 months to get to a point where I'm actually strong as I was before I had my injury. This stuff takes time, okay? It's not done overnight. End of the day, it doesn't, you know, the degenerative type thing doesn't happen overnight, and it's not going to be overnight to fix it. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, but if you do, you're obviously going to have a lot of rewards from it, okay? And what happens is when you, if regarding the shoulder, okay, if you strengthen those muscles in the shoulder joint, it's going to help the shoulder sit properly within the joint. The shoulder joint is like a ball on a plate basically, and it'll tend to move around, okay? And if you strengthen the muscles out around that joint, it seats it properly. And it's going to help with dislocating it if you're somebody getting older and you fall over. It's going to help with reducing the friction and reducing the pain. And what else it does as well is when you exercise, something happens. So with endorphins, okay, endorphins are basically the body's natural painkiller. So when you exercise things, you have like a feel-good effect. So you're either saying that you know, nobody ever said I didn't enjoy that workout ever type sort of meme you see on the internet and Facebook. But it's true. I mean, when you work out, you actually feel amazing. The problem is that before you work out, it's hard to see how good you're going to feel afterwards, okay? But, like I said, it does release endorphins, you're going to feel better, and it's going to hopefully help you manage that pain just a little bit. So what I want to talk about now, okay, is some of these little exercises. So I'll talk about exercise and everything else, okay? I want to talk about what sort of exercises that you can do to help strengthen that joint, okay? So I'm using a bit of tubing here, really affordable bit of exercise equipment, and you can do all sorts of stuff with this. Adds resistance to anything as well, okay? And you know, I guess it's kind of low impact as well, as you're not lifting massive heavy dumbbells and stuff like that. And certainly as you get older, you know, these are going to be a really good alternative to weights. So when we're talking about strengthening the rotator cuff muscles, okay, they're the ones that stabilize the shoulder joint effectively. All right, there's a couple of them over there, okay. So you got the infraspinatus, supraspinatus, teres minor, and the subscapularis. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And they're all the joints that support the muscles in the shoulder. All right, and those muscles are involved in stabilizing, external rotation, internal rotation, and then you got that muscles that protract and retract. Okay, this sort of movement there, and all those need to be strong to help support the shoulder joint. So I've done a couple of videos on shoulder protraction and retraction, so I'm going to link them down below. They're only short, but essentially when you're doing it, okay, you want to be, you could put your hand on, I guess, on a wall like this, okay, and as you let your shoulders arm nice and straight and let the shoulder depress, and let your chest come forward and the shoulder will come back, and then just push back off, nice and gentle, push back off. Alternatively, if you can get the coordination, you can use a band. Okay, so if we come this way, let the shoulder come back, and then just push forward, back, and push forward. And again, it's the same thing if you're gonna bring your shoulders back this way. Okay, you can pull. So instead of obviously when you're pushing this way, you're pushing away from your body. As with this one, you're pushing away from your body. You can also do the same thing to strengthen the other side of the muscles, is to bring it, let's pull it against resistance. Okay, pull it back that way. And you feel the muscles squeeze and tense up in the back of the shoulder, and that's shoulder retraction. Really important to get those muscles nice and strong. So first of all, okay, when you're going to do these shoulder exercises, the best thing to do is have a really good little warm up. Get the shoulders nice and warm. And a way to do that, and without any sort of impact, is just put arms up the side, and really easy, just nice big arm circles. Get the full range of movement going. Okay, you're going to keep on working on it. and then you can do maybe 10 to 15, 20 forward, whatever you can manage, 10 to 15, 20 back, and then come nice and small, the really small ones. And what's going to start to happen is you're going to feel quite a big burn in the shoulders, and that's really good because now you're doing a kind of strengthening exercise, really low impact, no real overload on the muscle, on the joint, and those muscles are still going to work, it's still going to get nice and strong. And obviously then you can build up from there, okay? Once you got the shoulders nice and warm, you're going to do a couple just really easy. I'm going to give you 2 exercises, I'm not going to overwhelm you. And you're going to do something called internal rotation, okay? So you're going to have the band in front, so keep your elbow nice and close. You're going to take it out to the side, and you're just going to rotate it in that way. Keep your elbow nice and close, so I don't want you to yank and pull it, I want you to really use the muscles to bring it forward. And once you start to do maybe, when you're starting off a band or a weight that's going to let you do maybe 10 to 15, you're going to start to feel a bit of a burn in it, and that's really good, okay? That's going to be the internal rotation one. Then the next one, you come to the side, same thing, keep your elbow in, but this time you're going to pull it against the resistance. And same sort of thing, 10 to 15, okay? And you're going to I can start to feel it already, feel a bit of a burn. And then you do that both sides, alright? And if you keep on doing that, it's going to take a little bit of time. If you do it over time, the muscle will get stronger, the joint will get stronger, and everything else, okay? And then once you strengthen that, then you can, look at more sort of, I guess, not advanced, but just bigger exercises where you're using weights to come out to the side and really work on that delt. But for now, these little exercises and back and forth are going to help the joint stay mobile. It's going to help strengthen it on a lower level, and then when you get these rotator cuff muscles in as well, you're going to find it's going to be really beneficial. Not going to happen overnight, guys, but it's going to take a bit of time. So and these are exercises you need to do every single day as well. So with this sort of thing, spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day just working on it, and do what you can really, but just keep working at it, okay? And the better you get, the less pain you're going to be in long term. I hope you found this video helpful, guys. I hope it didn't go on too long. But in the day, you want to be a happy and healthy individual well into your older years, okay? Just because you're living longer doesn't mean that you need to have a bad quality of life. You can have a really good quality of life. But it all comes down to being active, exercising, losing some weight through a healthy diet and exercising as well, and strengthening the little muscles in your body. And if you do all those things, you're going to find that you're going to be able to do more, be more functional, you're going to be fitter, everyday activities become easier, and you ultimately become a happier person. Why not? It's good. It's a lot of effort to sit down and be really inactive. You get bored, you get stuck in a rut where you're too scared to do stuff because you're not fit enough, and then you end up having to see doctors and have operations, all those things, and a lot of it can be avoided, I think. So anyway, guys, that's enough of a lecture from me. Hopefully you found something useful. Give me a like, comment, or share. Really appreciate your feedback. Like I say, guys, start afresh. If you don't make a change today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.